Hello and welcome to episode 201 of Nolo Time. My name is Obed Velez, and with me is the most interesting man in the world, Joel Young.
What's good? No load time. Obed, pleasure to be back with you, especially after missing last week. I missed this even extra more so. Man, last week was so busy for us, and this week was busy again, but we still made it, even though it's a day late than our usual time.
Yep. I was just joking when I said that episode 200 was gonna be the last episode, and then
I know,
everything,
right?
oh my goodness, bro! I mean, it's
Well, one of
good,
the
right? It's job, we're job security. What is it, as they say? But we have been extremely busy, and we're excited to be back. I really missed it. It's like, especially after Twitch just basically disappearing. We had to redo our stream basically,
yeah,
and take some precaution steps. I mean, we already had MFA enabled, so it's annoying, but we're yeah. I mean, it's we gotta take those steps.
gotta do it.
But yeah, definitely good to be back, man. How are you?
No, I'm doing great. And it's funny you say that too, because one of the other things you and I talked about was like, oh my goodness, we're already at episode 200, and like we don't really take many breaks, and then of course we we literally could not record,
Oh
guys.
my
We would have
goodness,
we would have
yeah.
done it if we could. But yeah, man, I'm doing great. We got a lot of stuff to talk about. Before we get into all that, I got a couple things I want to update you all on, a little what's up going on here. I meant if you guys were following us on Facebook page, which you should be, I went live on last week. I want to say it was Sunday. Yeah, Sunday's when I saw it. I saw Venom: Let There Be Carnage, and I gotta tell you, man. I still enjoyed myself. There's a lot of cool stuff in there.
Cool.
It's a good time, but I think it did a little bit struggle with the whole like the sequel mediocrity, if you know what I mean.
Mm,
Where it's like it's not like it's bad, you know what I'm saying? Like it's not a disaster by any means.
yeah.
There's entertainment to be had, but it just didn't take me there. Like there was a lot of hype behind that movie, and didn't really get me there the way I thought it was.
Okay.
But it doesn't make it a bad movie, regardless. Like it was. I still enjoyed it, and Andy Serkis, directing it, did a really nice job. Bringing the Carnage to life. They do things with Carnage. I'm not going to get into it because I know many of you haven't seen it, but they do things with Carnage that are new and little bit of a stretch. I mean, it's like,
Oh, okay.
can the Carnage actually do that? Like, it's symbiote powers that are like, now you're kind of making it like a Brainiac character and think. I'm not going to get into it, but it gets little peculiar. And then even his motivations,
Okay.
like his motivations are completely wrong. There's no way around it,
Oh,
and
it's
and many
Carnage.
fans have comments.
It doesn't
Yeah,
have
it's
to make sense.
Carnage.
Yeah. Yeah.
Doesn't have to make sense, but I'm saying the reason they gave him,
Mm.
without getting into it, they made it like Joker and Harley Quinn, and it's like that's not.
Um.
And it was a reach.
Yeah.
It was a reach. Not
Okay.
gonna lie. Um, but still, like when it came down to the core of just Venom versus Carnage, really cool, really good stuff. I love their interactions with each other, and I'm not gonna spoil, but people who got up for that end credit scene, I'm like, guys, this is a Marvel movie. What are you doing? I mean, the room nearly emptied, and you guys, if you guys are seeing that movie, if you have seen that movie, I hope that you guys stick around or did stick around for that end credit scene because whew, that's what
Yeah.
the Spider-Man boy was looking for.
Yep.
That end credit scene, that was the hype. That
It's the
was the
only thing
thing
I've
that made
seen
me
from the movie.
believe. You watch it already?
I actually watched it. Yeah, because
Okay,
I had
okay.
read about it a long
Yeah,
time ago when he got leaked, right?
yeah.
So I knew
Well,
exactly what it was. But yeah, I had to go in and watch it, and yeah.
and honestly, like I had read as well about it, and I know it was during that whole London premiere, and there was a lot of like misinformation on like, oh, like, it's like, ooh, this guy's tasty or ooh, whatever.
Mm,
I'm not gonna spoil it, but it was like when you watch it, it makes a whole lot more sense. It's not a okay. We'll save it for those who are gonna watch it, but I look forward to seeing the carryover of this character into the larger MCU because it's gonna be something to see.
yeah. Do you think it's gonna happen in the next movie? I mean,
Hundred
he
percent,
points to it.
100%.
Like
The
that's
timeline
yeah,
is exactly where you pick up
yeah,
at the very end of Far From Home.
yeah.
So No
So
Way Home has to be right happens right after. So
yeah,
you can't just like the Venom can't just be there. I'm really spoiling it, guys. Sorry, but like Venom can't just be in that timeline, and all these things are happening that we see in that trailer, and him not have something to go off of there,
yeah,
knowing who's who and all that. Like,
yeah.
doesn't make sense.
Do you think that he'll get inspired and now his suit will have the symbol?
Oh, I didn't think of that.
Like get inspired by super
Oh
by
man,
Spidey's suit and
that would
get
be
the symbol now?
perfect.
Yeah,
Yeah, that'd be perfect. That fix it. I mean,
yeah.
doesn't really bother me how it is now, but still, it'd be
It
awesome.
looks too plain though. That's my thing. Like when I see it, like even in the Raimi movie, right? It's basically a Spider-Man suit, so it has some texture to it, and at least and, it looks fine. It doesn't look comic accurate, but it looks good on screen. That's the
It
thing,
works.
right? Exactly, works. But versus this one, it's just too plain. This one's comic accurate, but then it's too plain. It's
Yeah.
it's give and take on that one. Cool, cool.
Yeah, yeah.
I heard
So
that it's fun. Did it suffer because it was short? Because it's 90 minutes, right?
honestly, like the timing didn't bother me. Like
Okay.
it does feel abrupt, I'm not gonna lie, but I didn't feel like I was waiting for something extra to happen. Like they do what they do. So I actually think that's kind of a positive. Like good job on them for
Okay.
just
Didn't
giving us plenty of action
yeah
and
didn't
right not
overstay
wasting
its
time.
welcome. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Connection to Morbius.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Cool. Cool.
I
Cool.
don't think Morbius is going to be as important as some may see, but you never know. I mean,
Cool.
it's there, it's connected. That I will say that much. So
Nice.
to be determined when we actually see that movie. The movie's not real till it comes out, and that movie's been delayed quite a bit, man.
Yeah. Yeah. Cool. Yeah. So speaking about a movie that's been delayed quite a bit, you also watched another movie.
I did. So I got to see No Time to Die on Wednesday night. So I got to see a day before it actually came out. There was an advanced screening that was going on with AMC, and I was able to snag some tickets in IMAX for that one. And honestly, dude, like really nice conclusion. Like
Okay.
they wrapped it up just fine. They did something to Bond that hasn't been done before. A couple things that haven't been done to him before, which I think is the right way to go out, right? Like if you're gonna end the series, you want to like take the character to places that he hasn't been before. And if you've seen the movie, you know what I'm talking about. If you haven't, it will make sense when you do. But there's a couple things that they do that's like, wow, we've never seen that happen with Bond. That's pretty awesome. And there was like legit Bond fans. I mean, the guy sitting next to me was an older dude that was like super into Bond. There was a couple rows ahead of me, dude. When they came in, they got seats perfectly in the middle. Dude was wearing a full tux, and she was wearing like a complete gown.
Oh
Like him
wow.
and his they were going to see Bond
In
in
style.
legit style. I was like,
Yeah.
that's impressive, man. I did love that.
That's funny.
Um, but yeah, man, no, it I will say that's really good. I did not remember that Hans Zimmer did the score for this movie, and then I'm watching, and you get to the end, and I'm like, wow, that sounds a lot like the Batman movies. Like there's like this really epic, endings soundtrack, and I'm like, oh my gosh, that's Hans Zimmer for sure.
Yeah.
So it's a great track. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what more I can say to that. And there's I'm not I'll just tell you guys now. There's no post credits, but there is a little something that the fans will appreciate that is at the end of the movie. So just stick
Cool.
around after the credits.
Nice. Yeah. Oh, that's
It's a
good.
Sony movie. It looks good. It sounds good, of course.
Yeah. Yeah. That's good. That's good. Yeah, you know that I love Casino Royale. It's in my
Oh
top
yeah.
10. It's a great movie. Daniel Craig played Bond for what, 15 years, 16 years
Longest
maybe?
running Bond. Yeah.
Yeah. So it was, broke Pierce Brosnan's record. Um,
Now
I'm,
it's time for
I'm,
Henry Cavill.
yeah. Now it's Henry Cavill. I think he'll get it, dude.
I would rather him over Hiddleston. I don't nothing against Hiddleston, but
Hiddleston will be good too.
he would be good. But
I think Henry Cavill has the Bond look, though.
yeah, I feel like
Yeah,
Hiddleston's a little more comedic than Bond. Like
yeah.
Bond's more stoic.
He's more charismatic than anything. Versus exactly,
Yes.
yeah, yeah. Bond is
Uh,
like basically emotionless almost.
Yes.
To some extent. Um, yeah, I'm curious about this movie. I really want to watch it because the Pierce Brosnan send off was the worst of the Pierce Brosnan movies. And
No, this is a good send off.
okay, good.
No, it's a
So
good send
I'm
off. And the
interested to see
beginning of the
that one.
movie's unlike any of the other Bond movies. Every Bond movie always starts, with like one villain, and then you get the real villain usually in the second
Mm-hmm.
part. They don't do that with this one, man. It picks up right away.
Good, cool. Yeah. So
Three
I watch.
hours.
Before we go into what if and visions and whatnot, um, I finally got to watch Black Widow, and I have opinions about that movie, sir.
Strong opinions.
Um, I liked it a lot more than I thought I was gonna.
Okay.
I liked it better than Captain Marvel and
Yeah.
possibly Doctor Strange. That's as crazy as they may sound to some people.
No,
Um,
I see where they come from.
I think the definitely the weakest part of the movie is the writing, but when it comes to like the visuals, the stunts, superb. Very 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 good stunt work. Um, I think that what really kind of attached me to the movie was that it was very Metal Geary, and
Yeah,
I
that's
really
true.
like that. And here's it, like I'm in in my head going, it's like Metal Gear, and it was very Metal Geary. Um, the fight sequence in the like the safe house
Oh yeah.
them both, it reminded me of the Bourne movies, the Jason Bourne movies. Um, but it was very Metal Geary, like all around. There were like bits and pieces here and there, and mind control, information. There's all this very very, and I really enjoyed it. Like anything close to Metal Gear, like when it comes to movies, I'm in. Like The Rock, I'm in. Winter Soldier, that's my favorite Marvel movie. That's why, because it's basically Metal Gear. So yeah, I liked it. I liked it a lot. I actually, you know what? Straight up, bro. I enjoyed it quite a bit.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean I think you remember that's pretty much what I said. Like, it's a good movie. Like, it's a nice send off for
It
the
was fun.
character, and it didn't bother me.
Yeah, it
Did
wasn't
you
long. It wasn't too
catch
long.
the Mission Impossible stuff too? Like, it's also a little Mission Impossible.
Yeah.
The whole masks and all
Yeah,
that. Like,
exactly. Yeah,
you know.
because they used all the Black Widow like tropes they used throughout the entire MCU up until this
Yes.
point, right? And they just roll it into one because we're gonna use it all last time, I guess. For now, question mark. So yeah,
Well, what
this
if? Well,
yeah. The Stinger, yeah, exactly. We'll talk about what if because yeah, right there,
what
right.
if?
Yep. Um, the that Stinger at the end was interesting. So now I know what to expect on Hawkeye. So that was good. Spoiler alert. And so now, yeah, now I'm excited. Now I'm really excited for Hawkeye, bro.
I
Because
told you the
I really
connection
liked it.
between
Yeah,
you had to watch Falcon Winter Soldier. We couldn't talk about this before because I didn't want to
yeah,
spoil it. But
yeah.
Falcon Winter Soldier, then you've got your
Yep.
Black Widow, and now you can see Hawkeye. You
But
have
yeah,
to
which
connect.
in any sense, it would have been like watch Black Widow first, then watch Falcon Winter Soldier, because that was supposed to be the right order. But then
Yes,
how
yes,
things worked out
yes.
was the opposite. But
Valentina's putting together the group.
yeah, I enjoyed it, bro.
Yeah,
It was good. Like I
it's
saw
good.
people saying it was like, oh, it sucks, and I wasn't expecting to be like blown away. There were some sequences that that I was like, oh,
Oh,
this is good stuff. I like it. So
wasn't the
overall, I enjoyed
comedy
it.
pretty good in that movie? Like
I
David
think the
Harbour's
banter,
character,
yeah, the banter was really
pretty funny.
good. Yeah, I think, and everyone was good. Um, oh man, very Metal Geary overall, and I was like, yeah, I'm in, dude. I'm in. So I liked it. I liked it a lot. On it, honestly, I did. So, it's October. I'm playing Symphony of the Night on PS5.
The
on
thing.
that on the Castlevania collection. So did that, booted up Metal Gear Solid 5, but this was
Oh, of
before
course.
Black Widow.
Oh, okay. Oh,
so
okay.
so check this out, right? I booted up. I haven't played the game in like 4 years or 3 years. The game's 6 year anniversary was like a few weeks ago. Um, I booted it up, right, and I go back to Mother Base, and the secret like ending triggers, and I was like, great, okay, this is awesome. So I'll watch the secret ending, and enjoy that and whatever, and then I'll play a couple missions here and there, and that's exactly what I did. Went back, played a couple of like the smaller missions that I haven't S ranked yet, and just called it a day. But yeah, I'm planning on just going into Castlevania now for the spooky season, and then yeah, go from there. So yeah.
So I don't know if we have it on the docket or not, but you got the Konami stuff with them reviving.
Yes. So yeah, well, let's talk about that real quick before we
Yeah,
we
go
do
ahead.
what
Yeah.
if. Um, because this is gonna be like third party stuff. Apparently, allegedly, there's already a studio that's working on it. That's done remasters. It's not Blue Point. So allegedly, Blue Point is working on a Bloodborne remaster and potentially a sequel. The studio that's working on the that's supposedly working on the Metal Gear, I forgot the name of the studio, had done in the past like remasters and all that, but what the rumor is that this is not a remaster. This is a full blown remake of one of the older games,
Hmm.
not one of the Solid Snake games.
So not MGS3.
So it is MG. That's the rumor that is going to be MGS3, and that's the game that they're working on. Yeah,
Okay.
which do it. It's my favorite game of all time. I'll play it. I'll play it again. I'll buy it. Day zero. There's no going around, right? It's one of those things that you just have to do. So that's the rumor that it's MGS3. So yeah, I'm in. So I'm hoping that they do manage to do a full revival. I would like to see like the collection back on PS5 as well. So
Was it
that
Castlevania and Silent Hill also on that list of like being
Castlevania,
revived?
correct. So the thing with Silent Hill is that they're working on that project with the Layers of Fear studio, but the big rumor for that is that Kojima's involved with another Silent Hill game.
Hmm.
Like that's gonna be his next like PlayStation exclusive, is gonna be is PT. Like he's gonna finish it. So yeah, sure. Yeah, let's do it. And the Castlevania stuff.
Wow.
So the Castlevania stuff is more, I guess, not as clear as those two, based on the rumors. The thing with Castlevania is that they're looking for a studio that can basically reimagine the series. Of course, like first thing I thought of was like From Software. Is like, yeah, sure, From, do it. Um, but yeah, again, we'll see. See, the problem with Castlevania right now is that the the two games that came out previously for PS3, what was it? The Mirror of Fate, not Mirror of Fate. Whatever it was called, the Castlevania for PS3. That was okay. The first one was okay. I heard the second one's not good. Um, so those games again, yeah, the first one was an enjoyable experience. Had a real pretty good twist at the end that I really enjoyed, and overall the game wasn't bad. It was a God of War ripoff, but it was fine. And then that second game came out, and I heard that. I mean, I never played it because I heard it's like not good. So see, that's the problem with reimagining things, that it's really hit and miss. So if they're going to reimagine it, just stay with the formula, and the formula is FromSoft. That's
Mm.
It's basically because FromSoft is basically like the Metroidvania stuff done in 3D to to the nth degree. So yeah, let's do that. Let's not go too crazy on that one. Um, I'm excited that there's stuff happening with Konami properties because it's about time. Do you see the thing with the football game though? The or
I
not
did.
the soccer game?
Hmm.
Yeah, dude, that was it's rough. That thing is rough, bro. So
They're
yeah,
going through it, man. They're going through it.
yeah. So we'll see, we'll see. Um, let's talk visions before we do what if real quick. There's only two episodes that I really want to talk about. Um, of course, it's the second trigger episode. The what's it called? The Elder.
Yes, yes.
Excellent.
I know, right?
Give me more. Give me more of
Pretty crazy.
that. Yeah. That episode was really really good. Really good action. Really good like lore exploration too. Like, uh, I for a second I thought that the Jedi was Qui-Gon. That the Jedi that was with the
He
Padawan.
reminded me a lot of him.
Yeah, he even had his stance and everything.
Yes.
Uh, oh, very good, very good. I think the just having like an old Sith and kind of having the Darth Plagueis tragedy kind of worked into it. It's like, well, eventually he lost his power because he became old, and that's why he was able to defeat him. It was good. It was excellent. Really, really good Star
And
Wars
it
stuff on that
also
one.
it also reminded me the episode of The Apprentice from Rebels, where Maul is kind trying to like talk to Ezra, like he's clearly like old and like pretending to be or
Mm-hmm.
whatever, and he's like, "Oh, young Jedi," whatever, and then like reveals himself, whatever. Like in this situation, they knew he was a Sith, But yeah, it was a pretty awesome episode.
Very good. Very,
It
very, very
felt it
good.
felt very short. They all are short, but that one felt like very short. But I was like, I
It
want
was
more
very
of
straight to
this.
the point. Yeah, I was like,
Yeah.
oh, we're going to this planet. Oh, an elder blocked through here. Oh, careful climbing up the mountain. Oh, elder's here. Let's fight. And that's basically it.
Yeah.
Um, the other one that I want to talk about was Lo Panocho. That episode was really good.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah.
mm, between the Ninth Jedi and that one. I think it's a close second. Like close, close. I really that episode was really good. I think it just the family theme that it had and the dynamics between the characters. I think that it was excellent. It was good. It was good. That was a really really good episode. I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed the animation style. Yeah, Bunny Jedi. I need the figure, but
Oh yeah, yeah.
not a creepy one. Just an action figure, right? Not a creepy anime one. Not a furry one. I need a proper like action figure. Not
Didn't you
yeah.
have an actual bunny in real life at one time?
Oh yeah, it was a long time ago. He's a
Yeah, I
meme.
remember you mentioning
He's
this.
a
Yeah.
meme out there. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Just look at if you look up Gamer Bunny, you'll see him. That was Buster. Yeah, so it's he became a meme after a little bit. Um, yeah, I enjoyed that episode quite a bit. Um, the the Tob one was good. I like that. You know the droid looking to be
That was
like a
like a
peon,
sweet like
Pinocchio.
kitty kind of one.
Yeah, that was like a Pinocchio thing. Like is I'm a real boy. I'm a real Jedi. Like it was good. It was very touching, right? But it when it came to like the story, um, it wasn't as profound as the other ones. It was good. I think the last episode was probably the weakest of all of them.
Yeah, that was an odd way to end.
Yeah, because
But it was a recreation of Revenge of the Sith.
basically, yeah, just save her. I was like, oh well, in order for me to save her, you need to join the dark side. Yeah, so it was kind of like a retelling of Revenge of the Sith to an extent. Yeah. Um, so it ended kind of like on a on a dark side note there. That was interesting, but we know that they're honestly this is to me what this series was is Disney going to Japan and saying, listen, you guys love Star Wars, anime's hot right now, pitch us an idea.
And did you catch any of the behind the scenes stuff on Disney Plus for
I
this?
haven't. No, I haven't.
Please do it,
Okay.
man. Because like, especially the one for, gosh, I'm trying to remember which episode it was. Well, like one of them, they were like, "Oh yeah, this was supposed to be shorter," and then they were like, "Hey, you guys want to just, or we're supposed to be split into episodes. So like, hey, you want to just make this thing and just combine it into one?" And yeah, Disney gave them a lot of freedom. They were
Yeah.
surprised themselves.
Good. Yeah. In my opinion, this is what that was, and I think it's gonna pay off. And I think, but based on fan reaction, I think the Ninth Jedi is the one that they'll probably go with, because it seemed like the one that, you know, it was really building up to something bigger.
That's the one that had that they said it was supposed to be two different stories.
Oh, for
That's
the
the
Night
one.
Jedi, yeah.
Yeah,
So because that one's really building up. Like that one had a universe building. This could be like, honestly, dude. Like this could be a prologue to like the next trilogy, in my
yeah,
opinion, because it was that
yeah,
good.
yeah.
I think that episode was absolutely excellent. That should have been Ray. Like that Ray, that Kara should have been Ray from the beginning. It's like, oh, there's like, how? What did she has the force? Well, she trained with her dad, and she explains stuff. It looks like, oh, I'm super powerful because
And she
out of
literally
nowhere,
knows one of the most powerful last Jedis out there.
bro. And that should have
Should
been
could have been
Luke.
Luke.
Yeah,
Right,
should have been Luke right there.
right.
Yeah, it's we're not too late. Like we can still have something, right?
Yeah, I mean, at this point, it sounds like they're gonna do. If I had to put my money on something, sounds like they're gonna do some kind of Disney Plus thing with either Finn or any of, or some of them Poe
Yeah.
or something. Sounds like I could be wrong, but if I had to put my guess on it,
Did you see the rumor that they're supposedly working or trying to find a way to write Kylo Ren or Ben Solo back in to do a
Mhm.
trilogy?
Yep, yep.
It's
I
weird.
saw Star Wars
Oh, 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 oh.
talk about it,
There we go.
and he was talking about how like theory, real plan, allegedly from
Yeah.
stuff that he's heard, and I don't know,
Yeah, we'll see.
I don't know.
Cool. But yeah, Visions, I really enjoyed it. Short and sweet. Very good stories to tell, especially again Ninth Jedi and Lopa Nocho. If they go and greenlight like a full series on those, yeah, I'm in. I'm in, dude. Um, what if we got two episodes to talk about? The best
Ooh,
episode, which was the Age of Ultron or whatever it was called. What if Ultron won? Um, Excellent, very very good, very unexpected. Lots of surprises, and uh, I really enjoyed it. I Yeah, the honestly, again, if they decide to one day do what if in the big screen, which they probably will touch on that on Spider-Man, but if they decide to do something like that, that would be the story to tell, in my opinion, because he was excellent, 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 excellent. Yeah, the whole
well,
Ultron. Go ahead, go ahead.
I was gonna say, did you actually hear the rumors that in the new Doctor Strange movie, there's supposed to be Ultron bots in that movie? Rumors are from like people who were working on CG for that movie.
Oh, really?
Yeah, there's supposed to be Ultron bots in that movie at some point.
Let's go.
So if anything, I think that could
Let's
be the movie
go.
that where you get maybe two Stranges, and I don't know.
Oh, dude. Mm. Well, the other Strange, like the Ultimate Strange or whatever,
Yeah.
still like he trapped himself again in that pocket dimension. So,
Yes.
and it's probably not gonna be him. But yeah, it was good. It was good. It was very very good. I still don't like the Thor, man. Like I know,
Yeah,
like the
it's
Thor.
goofy.
Yeah, it was too goofy. Like I could like the fat Thor thing, kind of worked because he was
See,
like,
I'm so opposite, man. I feel like they've turned him into the joke, man. That's my Like from then on, he became more and more of a joke. I feel like. Like you can use it for one thing, but the whole movie, like the whole thing, it feels like,
I don't know.
you know what I
It
mean?
was
Like it's
fine.
okay when you're with other characters that are
It's
huge, but like
PTSD.
now when he has his standalone movie, like now it just kind of like unless you fix that a certain way, it's gonna be like
I mean,
a weird thing for sure.
that's gotta get addressed in Love and Thunder. So we'll see. But yeah,
Yeah,
it was weird. Like a Vegas.
it was
It
weird.
was funny. It was because it was actually funny that he did that in this episode versus the last one, where he was, which I think was the weakest one out of all of them.
Yeah.
Um, yeah. What if a 5 out of 10 according to IGN for the entire series, Joe?
Wow, for the entire
Yeah.
series. So
Look at that. Yeah. Enjoy the mediocrity. Um, it was great. I think the whole Ultron fight thing was really good. The Black Widow and Hawkeye thing, that they were the last two people left in the world, basically. That was that was pretty intense, man. Pretty intense. Yeah, and then just going back to Zola to, he was an
that was
analog
awesome.
computer, like he was a tape, basically. So yeah, it was good. It was good. The whole thing with Killmonger trying to, was let's use the stones for good. But at the end of the day, it was like, well, it's good as a point of view, right? It's like,
Yeah,
hey,
it's too much power
Palpy,
for you to choose what's good.
exactly. That was the whole thing of it. Yeah, and then Widow getting dropped into basically the MCU.
Yeah, this is the universe where they lost their widow. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh man,
Come on.
come on.
Yeah, but it was interesting that he was low key attacking the helicarrier. They had already lost the Widow. It was basically the Avengers with Captain Marvel,
Yeah,
fighting Loki, and she got dropped off in that universe. So that was cool. Again, dude, I simp for Captain Carter. She could step all over me. I don't care.
they did it
And
great, man.
I want that spin-off, like, because they ended on that, basically, like
I
the
think it's
Stinger.
gonna happen.
Yeah, the Stinger is basically like the spin-off series. And yeah,
Yeah, I think
it was
it's gonna
good.
happen
It
because
was good.
they were the last episode they actually cut. That wasn't the last. What we saw was not the original last episode. There
Yeah,
actually was an additional episode that they cut and they moved it out for next season. But with the Chadwick Boseman news and everything going on there, like they did say that part of their plans that Chadwick had signed on for was a spin-off Wakanda Star Lord basically kind of series that they were going to do as well on Disney Plus. So if he's getting a series, I'm pretty sure Captain Carter's also getting an animated. I literally could just call that Captain Carter and just make it a animated thing like that.
yeah,
It makes sense.
yeah. Joe, I mean, other than some updates that we're not gonna talk about. I mean, any updates on the recasting? Is it happening? What are they doing for Black Panther 2?
They're not recasting from what I'm hearing. Like there's I'm trying to remember his name. Is it Nick something? I'm trying to remember his name now. But anyways, this guy's been like spot on for most of his information, and
Yeah.
he keeps saying that he wishes that they would recast like most fans, but it sounds like this movie's already going to be a wrap. The next Black Panther mantle's been handed off, and it's going to happen in this movie. But things can
Mm,
change. You never
yeah.
know. Things can change. You can make one movie like this, and then the next movie something different. It's just called. It's not. It's called Black Panther: Wakanda Forever, but really, even if you look at the art of it, it's like Black Panther's really small. It's like Wakanda Forever, really
Mm,
big. So if you catch what I'm trying to say, it's a
yeah.
little more
Yeah.
of a Wakanda movie than it is a Black Panther mantle excuse me, movie.
Yeah. All right. I can see that. See that. Cool. Well, we'll see. What If was pretty good. Enjoyed it. Wasn't I mean the last two episodes were absolutely great. And Captain Carter, yeah, I'd say Captain Carter, the T'Challa, Star Lord, and the last two episodes were it's where it's at.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
agree. Those
the
four ones are really good.
the zombies one was okay. You
Yeah,
would watch it,
yeah.
yeah, but it wasn't you know super super great. But yeah, I mean those were the ones. Those are the ones to watch. So
The ending was crazy though, like
yeah,
zombie
the
zombies.
ending episode was good. Yeah, yeah, it was good. Yeah, so I enjoyed it quite a bit. So yeah. Joe, something that I didn't have in the docket. I don't know if you saw the trailer for Resident Evil Welcome to Raccoon City.
I didn't
You
see
didn't
it.
see it? Okay.
I saw it came out, but I didn't see it.
Yeah, okay. Um it looked better than I thought it was gonna look. It it's actually faithful to the games, versus like the Paul W. Sanderson movies that were kind of like more of inspired in the games, inspired on what happened, and then he just went off the rails with it. Um, it looked fine. Like I saw people saying, "Oh, it looks like a movie." Come on, it looked fine. Like it looked like if they follow, the game and based on what they showed on the trailer, yeah. When you have a second, just catch it. Um, but it looked good. Like it's like, oh, what did it do to Leon? I was like, well, he still looks. He's probably gonna be better than the Leon in the other movies because he did nothing. So, yeah, yeah, it looks good. So I'll check it out. I'll check that out for sure. I mean, I'm not gonna go to the movie theater, but I'll check it out. Cause it's already. I'll check it out anyway. I never watched that last movie. Just got tired of it. It was just too much.
Wow.
It was just too much. And I heard that last movie was just not good. I remember Jeremy Johns saying that he actually walked out of the movie, and he's like, I've never walked out of the movie before, and I walked out of this one because nothing was
Wow.
happening. I just got tired and I left.
Wow.
Yeah, so I never watched it. So
Did you isn't he the same one that also did the recent Monster Hunter movie? That same director? Am I right to say that?
let's see. Oh, Anderson, yeah,
Yeah.
Paul
So
Anderson, yeah.
yeah. So the honest, I saw that one. That was actually okay.
Oh, okay.
It's not bad. Like I mean, I think some people like thought it was gonna be a great movie. Like it's a fun Saturday night
Yeah,
movie.
I think the first RE movie, it's good.
Okay.
I don't think it's great, but
Right.
as a movie, like the CG doesn't hold up, right? But it's good, as if you ask me. Two is watchable. Three, then yeah,
And speaking of this director, not to change the subject, by the way, their daughter, the director and his wife,
yep.
their daughter is the one who plays young Black Widow in Black Widow, young Natasha.
Oh, you know what?
Yes.
She looks like
Full circle,
Mila
man.
Jovovich.
We're talking
Yeah,
about Black
yeah,
Widow.
yeah,
Now we're
yeah.
talking about these people.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Um, interesting. Yeah, dude. No, he just went off the rails like after the third one. It was just too much. But that first movie is enjoyable still. Like if you watch it, if you ignore the bad CG, yeah, it's still like a fun movie. I man, when did that movie come out? Was that 2001? Hold on. 2002. Yeah. So I was dating my wife back then. Because I remember watching
Was
it
that a
with.
date movie?
It was a date movie. Yeah,
Oh,
we went to the movie
and she was
theater.
good with seeing that one. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Wow.
Yep. So she was more open. Like it's one of those things. It's like once you get the catch, you don't have to like work too hard on it. So yeah.
He's admitting this on microphone, guys.
So hey,
He's still like
I'm
muted
admitting it.
himself.
It's like I'm the same way. It's like I got the catch, and it's like I'm not
What are
gonna
you
let myself
saying,
go. But I mean,
No.
kinda.
Oh my God.
You can pass gas in public now. It doesn't matter.
All right, guys, this is the last episode. Nolo time. It's been a pleasure.
Oh,
Show's been canceled.
hey,
Obed let himself go.
relationship
No, I'm just
goals. It's like just hanging out and do nothing,
Yeah,
and
just
we're good to
chilling.
go, right?
Hey, no, you guys are happy. I know,
took
you're
the
good, you're good.
took a lot of building and
Yeah.
and sleepless nights, but
Yeah,
we
man.
did it.
Doesn't happen overnight.
No, not at all. But but yeah, it was the movie. I think the second one was the movie too. But then
Oh
after that, we
wow.
and then I have them. So I have them all. I have one and two on DVD. I have three, four, and five on Blu-ray, and I never got to watch the last one. Like I don't. It's like I
Wow.
just don't care about this anymore. So I'm curious. I'm curious to go back. Right.
They're right next
Especially
to your Fast and Furious collection.
no, I only have one and two. Oh no, one, two, and Tokyo Drift.
Tokyo Drift.
Yeah, yeah. Tokyo Drift's the best. It's awesome. It's the future. It's so stupid. It's like freaking drag racing on that construction site. So dumb. I love it. Yeah, man.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, man.
Good
But
times.
yeah, good stuff. Yeah, Resident Evil. All right, let's go into some of the topics that we have for this week. Joel, there's a rumor that Mando season 4 is greenlit and that Gina Carano is going to be back for season 4, not season 3. So we're saying that season 3, whatever comes out next year for Mando, will be uh, Gina Carano's not going to be in that at all, but she will return on season 4. That said, like if the rumors are true, right? I'm not going to over to the Gina Carano stuff. I'm just focusing on season 3. It's like that means that season 3 is like all Mandalore stuff and like Bo Katan and the crew and all this stuff happening, and possible Darth Maul references. So yeah,
So her character was supposed to have like a lot more going on. Her character was supposed to actually her character was supposed to have her own series, I think, at some
yeah,
point with the whole like
Rangers, right?
Rangers of the Republic,
Yeah,
right? And they totally set that up in that one scene where she's talking to this guy. I can't remember his name now. Anyways,
Carl Weathers.
yeah, Carl Weathers'
Yeah,
character. And like it wasn't we weren't deep enough with her character, and she's a side character. I'm not, no offense, like not saying she didn't contribute. I think she did contribute very
yeah,
well from I'm not talking about behind the scenes or anything. I'm just talking about watching the series, and as an actress, I thought she did contribute some good stuff to that role, and did a good job in my opinion with her character Cara Dune. But some people were acting like they were butthurt about her being taken out of this thing. Dude, I'm sorry. Like, and you know how passionate we both are about Star Wars. I was not over here feeling like this was a pitchfork, moment. Like when we start talking about like, what they did with, Mark Hamill, and we could talk about the like, okay, we could start talking about some things, but or how, things with Carrie Fisher, whatever the case is. But like we're talking about this with her, like, if she comes back, cool. But her character, they literally could just reference if they want to in the season and be like, yes, she's since I last spoke with her, she's now changed her ways and is committed to fighting for the Republic or something. And that's all we need to know. We don't need, like, the universe is so big, it's bigger than just her character.
yeah.
Even the Mandalorian himself, and I think he's an awesome person. If they decided to end it after this and just go into another part of the John and Filoni verse that they've created, I still think they're in good hands. The show's bigger than just the child. People are like, "Oh, is the show done now that he handed the child over the jet to
Yeah.
Luke?" The show's bigger than that. So I have to give credit to John that like he's done such a good job that if any of these characters go, whether it's for bad reasons or good reasons, there's a lot more that they've
Yeah.
set up. But having her come back,
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know what you like. Is it necessary to the story, or is it just to like make a point? Like I don't know, man. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Well, I mean, it's probably because they want to. I don't know. Maybe
It's kind
salvage
of
their
weird.
relationship. Yeah, it could be one of those cases, right? There's been cases where an actor like gets sour, but then eventually kind of like comes back. That happens a lot to like Bill Murray, where he's like sour about everything, and then he'll just show up for a cameo. It's like I don't know where it's like, oh, you just showed up. It was, oh, we'll do a cameo.
I mean,
So
actors being angry with movies in Star Wars history, like what is that a like surprise?
yeah,
I
yeah,
mean, like Natalie Portman, and
yeah. I
now with the
know.
recent sequel
Yeah.
trilogy, shoot,
Even Alec
even
Guinness,
Harrison Ford and these people were like
bro.
super angry and didn't want anything to do with it after these movies.
Alec Guinness
Yeah, Alec
hated it. And
Guinness.
it's like he's like, oh, it's just a space movie, and
It
you know,
happens.
yeah, exactly. So it doesn't matter. It could be like, yeah, you don't have your own show anymore. Maybe after this, who knows, right? It would be one of those things. But I guess we'll wait and see. Um, yeah, Book of Boba Fett, that's supposed to get a trailer real soon. I saw.
And
Yeah,
it's such a weird release date though, December 29th. What
yeah.
a
Like what?
strange release date.
So I think it got delayed because I think it should have come out the beginning of December, and then they probably pushed it. So
Like Obi-Wan next year, Andor next year, Mandalorian season 3,
those
and
rumor
probably
Obi
Bad
Wan
Batch season
rumors,
2. So
yeah, those Obi Wan rumors keep getting like insane. So
I know.
I'm not trying to get too excited because it's too much. We'll see,
I want to see that in theaters, man. I wish they
bro.
had like a weekly thing.
They could
Although I
do.
know that there's ways people can pay for that stuff. Like people could pay to rent theaters and doing it. Like
Oh
if
yeah,
No Load Time
yeah,
had the
you
cash,
could.
man, that'd be the one.
Yeah. You definitely could. You definitely could. So yeah, good stuff. Speaking of spin-offs, just real quick because we didn't have it in the docket, but the Catherine Hahn stuff that she's getting a WandaVision spin-off of her own. So Agatha is getting her own show allegedly. So well, there's been reported by Deadline and
Yeah.
like Variety. So yeah, it's out there.
Yeah, it's a done deal. And it's not just her own spin-off show. That's the most peculiar, interesting piece of news, but it's movies and TV show appearances.
Yeah,
So not only did so she gets on Disney Plus and she'll be in movies. It was plural. So whatever her deal was, it probably was one of those traditional 8 film or 8 feature thing or whatever that Disney loves to do with their characters. And I don't know.
yeah. Well, so we'll see. That's
Have you
pretty
been
good.
seeing the rumors though with Charlie Cox and these guys coming
Oh
back for?
yeah.
I
Oh,
mean,
there was
it sounds like it's happening.
there was a Kristen Ritter article this morning. I was gonna mention it to you that she's
Okay.
gonna like apparently like it's official that Jessica Jones is back on Disney Plus. So we'll see.
I know she's supposed to be in She-Hulk, so
Yeah. So I'm gonna go back and watch season 2 because I
yeah,
never watched. I never
it's
watched.
okay.
Okay. And
Okay.
I never watched season 2 of Iron Fist and Luke Cage. Dude, I
Yeah,
watched one episode of Iron Fist. It's just hard, bro. It's hard.
yeah.
It's, I talked to a guy at work that is like, "Oh, Iron Fist," and oh man, it's hard. Like I can go watch and I can go walk back and try and watch Jessica Jones because I enjoyed it, and it's you know it, it's interesting enough, right, for me that I could watch it, but it's but Iron Fist is a rough watch, bro. It's yeah, I don't know how I did it the first time. So yeah, and that's a little bit of news there that was pretty interesting. Um, Joe, last episode was it last episode or the episode before that we talked about the Bob Iger and Chapek
Last,
was last episode,
yeah.
right? Yeah, and how Chapek didn't, he was more of a numbers guy and more of a by the book kind of guy, and not saying that he's a bad guy, right? But there was some, I guess there was some internal drama when he was picked, um, and there's a concern that Bob Iger has, and he's warned, I guess Chapek included, and Disney executives that they shouldn't let data influence creative decisions in the company, and that's part of that what we talked about last time. Because I think that Bob was definitely a risk taker. I think Chapek is more of a numbers and by the book kind of guy. So I think that his this let's call this constructive criticism because it is, really really I think he hits the nail right in the head, because it's like it's something that I'm worried about, right? And I think that's something that we saw at Lucasfilm, and we saw this push at Lucasfilm, and they tried to turn Star Wars into something else, and we saw the pushback, and now, like, Mando's like the beacon of hope for Star Wars fans. Um, at the end of the day, money talks. If it makes money, it works. But when you have, waning interest, when you spend $4 billion on a property, and you're not seeing fans engaged, indifferent towards the product, which is like the worst thing that could happen to your product, right? Because you can have angry fans. Angry fans will still talk about it, but people that grow indifferent towards it, that's the worst, because they just ignore it and keep moving and get hooked on something else. Um, and I think that that's the problem that a lot of that Star Wars has right now. Um, it's indifference. So I think that Book of Boba Fett really needs to like knock it out of the park. But just going back to Disney as a whole, right? Um, it's rough. Like there's some decisions being made. Granted that we are still under going through a pandemic. Things have changed. Um, but at the same time, you can tell that some of the decisions that they're making as a company are not, um, I'd say, based on reality and more based on numbers. Um, we know people that do stats at our workplace, and at the end of the day, numbers are just a fantasy, because
Yeah.
reality is very different. So I don't know. I don't know if you have anything else to say, man. But yeah,
You offline of this, I'll have to mention something to you because now you say that
yeah,
just brought back a
a
funny
memory.
memory from a few years ago that you probably know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, like Bob Iger warning them, make sure that you don't let data be the reason that you make your decisions. Like that was one of his warnings on his way out, according to these information that's been coming out on the last days of Bob Iger, from the Hollywood Reporter there. And I feel like when you look at the numbers, like there has to be a part of your decision making. The numbers have to definitely are necessary, because at the end of the day, numbers speak. But that's what made, I think, the era of, especially towards the end of Iger, some of the really strong decisions that he made for the company that made them so special is that they were not typical business decisions that he was making. He was just making decisions that he felt was best for the company. We can go into that in several different ways. It doesn't mean that he didn't make mistakes as a CEO. It just means that he there's a part of like using your conscience and doing what feels right and being in tune with your actual base and having a good knowledge. And when you just use numbers, it sometimes can be out of touch, like you're saying, Obed, with reality. So like, oh, numbers say that we should raise our prices, or, numbers say that we should rebrand these characters to now include these numbers from another part of society that does not that supposedly is not tapped into. And numbers say, like, there's a part of the numbers that you do have to pay attention to, but if you're solely doing that, you're going to lose the very essence of what something is and what makes it special. And Disney's been accused of this for a long time, of turning into basically a cash machine that's just a numbers business and business driven, that it lost its special magic. So when you have stories like this coming out, clearly that's not what Bob Iger wanted. And I hope that Chapek, um, you know, that we see some changes. It's early in his time, but it's not looking good, man.
No. The article mentioned that there was and I don't know if he's probably still around. Tom Staggs from Disney. I know that Tom was around when
Okay.
both two runs at Disney, like as a cast member and as a contractor, and everyone really liked Tom,
Hmm.
and I think he would have been the guy for the job because I think he understood more of the essence of the company than Chapek did. We'll talk about something that happened this week that it's kind of mind blowing, right? And it's one of those like miracle of marketing and licensing. So we'll talk about it in a minute. But yeah, man, the article mentions Tom, and I don't know, I don't know what the reasoning was, right? I'm not talking anything negative about Bob. I think that the job that he did at Consumer Products was great. So, but at the end of the day, I think Tom was more prepared for that opportunity, if you ask me. So,
Hmm.
I'm just gonna do a quick search, see if he's still around.
Yeah, that'd be cool. See if he was still around. Yeah, I like you're saying a little bit. Like, I don't want to be too hard on him because he seems like a nice guy, and it sounds like from things you've said and things other people have said, like Bob's probably a solid dude. But having him as the leader versus like someone who's working in leadership, two very different things, and it's a big learning curve for sure. So I do not envy him at all because that's a very tough position to be in.
Yeah. He looks like he is still around. Yeah, he's there. He's COO.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So he's the number two. I think he should have been the guy, if you ask me. So
Hmm.
it's my opinion. Right. I'm not. Not a,
Maybe they did reproach him about it, and he said, "No, we never know, right?"
yeah, you never know exactly. Yeah, yeah, yeah. There's politics involved too, so
Yeah.
it's one of those, right? But the big thing that happened this week is that, so I'm gonna talk about it, and I'm gonna like talk about reactions overall, and it's basically that Sora is coming to Sora from Kingdom Hearts is coming to Super Smash Brothers Ultimate. So, um, my understanding, right, and again, people in chat, comments, email, whatever, can correct me. My understanding is that Sora as a character is owned by Square Enix,
Mm.
but there is like a co sort of like a co ownership thing with Disney. Um, and that's not the big thing. The big thing is that, bro, there's a Mickey logo in Smash. That is the big thing.
Mm.
Cause how do you make that happen? Like I want to be a fly on the wall in that meeting
Yeah, yeah, that's true.
and figure out it's like, but you guys are in bed with Universal now with your park stuff. So now you want a character that we sort of kind of not really own but do ish in your game. It's, you know what? Yeah, bro. It's big. And, you know, whether or not you're going to play Smash and get Sora or whatever, the fact of the matter is that a sort of like like a Disney owned symbol, trademarked symbol is in Smash with like a co-owned sort of character. Um, it's a big deal. Um, I'm gonna go a little bit further here, Joe, because when I was watching the thing live when it was happening, right, and I saw as soon as I saw the Mickey logo, I was like, "Hey, it's Sora, yeah, that's cool." Um, I went back and watched as many reactions as I could before today of gamers getting a reaction to Sora. And I mean, what I'm gonna say may sound funny, right? But I think it's part of a bigger, I think, positive thing, and I think there's something special and great in watching a grown man squeal
Yeah.
for a character like Sora announced on you know a quasi fighting game. It's it made me think about what's about Star Wars. It took me back. I was like, man, it's like the same kind of feeling that you would get with Star Wars when something big happens. This No Way Home trailer, that sort of thing, right? Um, and the emotional, I guess not baggage, but impact that some of these characters have had on people. Like I saw dude, like old ass dudes crying, bro,
Yeah.
when the character got revealed, and I got teared up during the reveal. For the reason, like two reasons, right? Like Sora's a special character, like whether you like Sora or not, whatever. Um, but you can't deny, like even if you have not played Kingdom Hearts, like to someone for me that
You still know the character.
yeah, exactly. But I played the first Kingdom Hearts. I played when I recently had gotten married. Kingdom Hearts 3 was the first game that I played through and through, like with my daughter sitting next to me, and we both played it together. And at the moment the music hits, I mean, Yoko Shimomura, the only other, you know what? She's probably the composer. Like, you go back and listen to that Final Fantasy 15 soundtrack. It's a friggin' masterpiece. The Street Fighter 2 soundtrack that transcended gaming into pop culture. Like everyone knows Guile's theme, and everyone knows Ken's theme and Ryu's theme. So that sort of thing, right? Um, what the music hits, bro, and the emotions hit, and I think it's something special. And what I felt, and what this people and gamers and uh, everyone that loved Smash felt during this reaction, um, it's what Disney has been missing
Wow.
for a little bit now. I think. I mean, the last, other than Luke and Mando, right? We haven't had this moment in a very very long time from Disney. This sort of like spark of magic that Nintendo created with this little reveal trailer is what Disney's missing. So I don't know how this miracle of marketing happened, bro, but I'm excited for the possibilities. um and if Disney's smart, hey, you know what, Disney, call me. um if Disney's smart, right, and not to be, again, competition's a great thing. Like, Universal's gonna do this thing at here at Epic Universe and in U.S. Hollywood, and it's already on in Japan. They announced the Donkey Kong expansion this week
Expansion.
for Japan, which we already knew it was going to happen here as well. Um, yo, uh, Disney, hey, Sonic the Hedgehog roller coaster, bro. Bring back Sega to Epcot like you had in the 90s.
Wow.
I'm telling you, Disney, I put in for a few jobs. You keep ignoring me, man. I don't know.
This guy's putting everything on microphone today.
Keep ignoring me, man. I don't know, dude. I don't know. No, hey, you know what? It's my birthday this weekend, and so I have zero feels left, dude. I'm done. No, it's probably the exhaustion talking. I'm not on pain meds, at least not
I
yet.
was like,
So
Obed, what did you
no,
what's in that water over there?
no. Hey, you know
Um,
what? No. Seriously speaking, dude, like during the pandemic, like last year when things got really bad,
yeah.
you know, you got to do what you got to do, right? You got to look out for yourself. But Disney, yo, why are you ignoring me, man? Return my calls. Uh, but like there's opportunities, right, that Disney can grasp and create this sort of magical moment that Disney magical moments. It's something that they hammered us in the head with during training. So this, yes, people can create magical moments for other people, but as a whole, as a company, you can create magic moments when this sort of thing happens. Like whoever at Disney greenlit this thing and there's like, yeah, just sure, let's make it happen. You made it happen. So whoever at Disney that was involved with this whole process, thank you. And to Sakurai-san, thank you. Go to sleep. uh, but I think that this is that that pixie dust, no pun intended, when Soro's flying around in the in the trailer, that Disney kind of has lost in the last 6-7 years, and I think it's about time that they bring it back. And this little things like this, make it happen. But then what, right? People are gonna buy them on Smash, and Smash is gonna be awesome. But then what, right? Meanwhile, you got Sega over here. They're probably a cheap date. Make something happen.
For Disney, that'd be a drop in the
Hey,
bucket.
Disney, you were planning on rebranding Rock and Roller Coaster because
Oh,
kids don't know who Aerosmith are.
Sonic the Hedgehog.
Sonic the Hedgehog. Just saying, right?
Just imagine
I'm just
like that announcement, right? Like Sonic's coming to Hollywood Studios.
yeah. I mean, I'm just putting the thought out there, right? I they don't owe me anything if they do it. So I'm good. Sir, what do you have to say about Sora and Smash?
I don't have much to add. That was so well articulated and like it just sitting back listening, that was great. Yeah, Disney Magic having this, I mean, this literally like was breaking the internet, man. I like you said you watched some, I guess, reaction videos. I saw the announcement live, and you and I were talking to each other as all this stuff was going on,
Mm-hmm.
and I just remember seeing those like the top thing trending on Twitter like at that moment,
Yeah.
and it was up there, and I'm like,
Just blow it up.
everyone was reacting and just,
Blow it up.
oh my gosh, and it wasn't like an
Yeah.
artificial. It was like very like
Yeah.
people really feeling so moved by this announcement that
Yeah.
I was just so happy to see. It made me happy, and I'm not even a crazy Kingdom Hearts. I'm not a hater by any means. Just not something I've gotten into yet. I think I might need to do that. We've had these discussions, but yeah, like I thought it was just so awesome, so beautiful seeing everyone being that passionate about it. And Disney from a gaming division, they shut a lot of that stuff down a while
Oh
ago.
yeah.
So it's kind of it's good to see that they still allow some of these things to happen in other spaces. Like this is not just a Disney thing, like you said, it's a Square Enix thing as well. But like I'd like to see Disney be more involved in the gaming scene. They have such an incredible list of characters, and it's a shame to just have them sitting on the sidelines when there's plenty of great
Yeah.
developers out there that could do some great things with their characters and IP. I mean, Marvel stuff we're seeing happen now that's pretty cool, and then
Mm-hmm.
and I mean that new Guardians game looks amazing and all that, but I would like to see more.
Yeah. Oh, I agree. I agree. Um. Yeah. It was special. Like it was special. Again, even myself, like I got teary eyed. Sora's a special character to a lot of people. Like, and he talks. It goes to show, like, Smash is video games, the video game, because it has everyone. Like everyone's except Waluigi, right? Screw that guy.
Oh my god, so true.
So, I he's such a special character to a lot of people, and and that's not the thing, right? It's just that it has emotional weight, like Sora, or whether it be Sora, whether it be the music, whatever it is, right? Um, and that's great to see. And you know, Kingdom Hearts fans, dude, we waited a long time for a new game. Like, we got two that we got Birth by Sleep on the PSP, which I didn't get to play until like, I don't know, 4 years ago, when the collection came out. So, and then they waited from 2005, 6, 2006 until, 2019 for a game, dude. It's a long time.
Yeah,
So
it's a long
it's
time.
it they have a right to be excited. I think whoever at Disney and Nintendo did this negotiation was brilliant. This was on both sides, right? So there were very few options. Honestly, in my opinion, it would have been either Sora, Crash Bandicoot, or maybe like Spyro the Dragon, or that's it. That's other than that, I don't see any other character. Uh, it's yeah, you guys really owned it, and it worked out. So kudos to you. Um, yeah, I just hope that Disney learns from this. Again, again, we keep going back at Disney. It's like Disney makes, like, every once in a while does a thing like this, and you know stroke a genius, and then they go back to doing the same tired old crap, and it's rough. So yeah, but yeah, I'm excited. I'm probably gonna get that fighter pass. So I showed my daughter, she's like, oh yes, the guy from Kingdom Hearts. His name starts with an S, and I totally forgot. It was super cute. It's like, yeah, sorry. I was like,
Oh,
oh yeah, yeah, yeah. So yeah, and that shot at the end with all the Smash characters like Mario and Luigi and all the characters there, and they look at they're looking at Sora. It was so good. It was very more. The trailer was really good. A very I guess poignant to be the end of Smash Ultimate. What are we gonna get after this? I don't know. But again, it's gonna be hard to top. Like
yeah,
89
yeah,
characters, bro.
yeah.
This is
Amazing.
and you got freaking like everyone, dude. Is like the Joker from Persona and Terry Bogard and all. Come on, man. It's incredible. So um, good stuff. It's good stuff. I'm very happy. I'm very happy that it happened. Um, I'm very happy that people are happy. At least the vast majority. There's always the haters out there. But I'm happy that people are happy, and whoever at Disney and Nintendo made it happen. Man, thanks, and you guys worked your butts off for this. So good stuff. That's what I got, bro.
Yeah, well, Facebook had an outage. That was pretty
Oh,
crazy this week, dude. I
a
mean,
day without
like
Facebook.
a
Yeah.
day without Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp, all that traffic started loading into Twitter and TikTok, and they started experiencing slowdowns because all
Yep.
that traffic started going into there. And yeah, man, what a week we've had
Oh my
from
gosh.
many standpoints. It's been a very unique week, but I'm so glad we're back.
Yep.
So glad we were able to record today. And I want to make sure I tell you all to stay connected with us. So, as we always do, we encourage you all to stay subscribed. We're obviously on podcast platforms everywhere. So, make sure you find us on your podcast platform: iTunes, Google Play, SoundCloud, Spotify, Amazon Music. Find us out there, subscribe. Also, subscribe to our video version on our YouTube channel. Hit that subscribe button, like the videos, drop us a comment, share these with others. We'd really, really honestly appreciate that. And of course, we invite you to stay connected with our social media. We're on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. So make sure you're following us there. You also, if you're watching right now, we put our episode live recordings on our Facebook page. So we're on live on Facebook, live on YouTube. So also live on Twitch. So make sure you follow us on Twitch as well
Yeah,
in
they
real
live
time
too.
all together.
They live too.
Um,
After the
yeah,
leak.
yeah, absolutely. So it's one of those things that guys, make sure you're following us on all these places, and put your notifications on so you know, oh my goodness, no time's recording a new episode, and share it with others. But yeah, send us an email as well. noloadtime@gmail.com. That's noloadtime@gmail.com. Thank you all so much. I mean, look forward to being with you on our next episode, episode 202.
Thanks, everyone. Stay safe. We will see you again next time.